Hi boys and girls. Today I want to read a book to you called The Easter Cub. A cub is a baby bear. I know we've talked about some animals this year, so let's find out what this baby bear is up to. Looks like it's spring in this picture, and the title is The Easter Cub, so we know it must be happening just right around this time of the year. Let's take a look. I see the tulips and the birds, and I see looks like some goodies in this Easter basket. Let's find out what happens. The Easter Cub by Justine Corman Fontes, and it's illustrated by Lucinda McQueen. We know the author writes the words and the illustrator draws the pictures. Once upon a time, there was a curious cub named Pip. Everything was new to him. One morning, Pip felt the snow melt under his paws. Why is it so soft and wet? Pip wondered. It's spring, the birds chirped. Pip was surprised. The birds had been quiet for so long. Why were they suddenly chirping again? And what was spring? He wanted to know. Think about it. What would you tell little cub spring was? Let's see if we can find out. Pip heard the stream splashing. The stream had been frozen solid and was silent all winter. Now the stream babbled. It's spring, it's spring. Pip wondered, what is spring? Suddenly a flock of geese filled the sky over Pip's head. It's spring, the geese honked. Pip exclaimed, I must find out what spring is. Well, I see two things already. The snow is melting and the geese and birds are chirping and geese are flying over. So he decided to visit his friend Evergreen. Evergreen's a kind of a tree. This wise tree had lived for many years near a cozy cabin. Evergreen knew all kinds of things. She told Pip all about winter and Christmas. Evergreen was sure to know about spring, too. And she did. Evergreen told Pip all about spring. The snow melting, flowers blooming, the bees are coming back. From then on, Pip looked for new signs of spring every day. Suddenly the trees weren't bare anymore. Look, they're starting to get their leaves up there. Pip saw light green buds on the branches. Then he saw purple petals pushing through the soft snow. I saw lots of these when I walked around my neighborhood. Tiny purple flowers coming up. Oh, and look, the squirrels are out playing too. He ran to tell Evergreen the exciting news. Evergreen laughed. You found crocuses, but you haven't seen anything yet. The purple ones are just some of the first flowers in spring. Spring gets even better. So these are the purple crocuses. And then he sees these. Have you seen these in your neighborhood? Evergreen was right. The warm days that followed, Pip found more and more flowers. Each kind was pretty in its own special way. You're going to start seeing these. These are tulips. Now I know all about spring, Pip told Evergreen, and it's wonderful. But the tree shook her branches. Spring gets even better. And it was true. Soon Pip was surprised by even more signs of spring. The light green buds opening into fresh new leaves. Bright green grass pushes its way through the soft ground. Grasshoppers hopped. Covered clovers bloomed, and bees flew by buzzing. It's spring, it's spring. What a beautiful spring picture that is. Now I really know all about spring, Pip told Evergreen, but the tree chuckled. Wait, spring gets even better. One day, Pip peeked in the windows of the cozy cabin. The people were painting colors on eggs. Why are they doing that? Pip asked Evergreen. Because tomorrow is Easter, the wise tree said. Pip asked, what is Easter? So there they are looking in the window, and they see them coloring their eggs. Easter is a holiday that celebrates all the new things that spring brings, Evergreen explained. Then she told Pip about the Easter bunny and how the bunny hides treats for children. That sounds like fun, Pip cried. I wish I were the Easter bunny. I wish I had treats to hide and give. Evergreen sighed. You should be happy being what you are. A cute and curious cub is quite special enough. Pip still wishes he could do things like the Easter bunny. Boy, he is curious. He wants to know everything. He asks a lot of questions so he can learn. But the next morning was such a beautiful Easter morning that Pip felt happy, even if he was just a bear. And his mother kissed him and said, Good morning, I love you. Pip kissed her back and said, Happy Easter, I love you too. Right then, Pip knew that he did have something to give. His love. And we know we all have that to give to our families, especially right now. So, on the way to visit Evergreen, Pip stopped to kiss everything he loved and to wish them all a happy Easter. He kissed the daffodils and they tickled his nose. Pip kissed the clovers and they tickled his toes. He kissed the pussy willows and the new green leaves. Pip was having a great time. But he had a funny feeling he was being watched. Who was watching him? Pip turned around quickly and saw the Easter bunny. I've been watching you spread Easter joy, the bunny said. You're doing a good job for a bear. Would you like to hide some treats for the children who live in the cabin? The Easter bunny asked. Oh, yes, Pip squealed. Thanks. Pip had a great time hiding treats. He had even more fun watching the children look for the treats. Pip hid behind Evergreen's branches and listened to the children's squeals of joy. He felt all warm and giggly. Pip whispered to Evergreen, Does spring get any better than this? Evergreen shook her shiny needles. No, she said, sighing. This is spring at its best. Pip sighed too. Then he kissed his green friend and said, I love you, Evergreen. Happy Easter. That book shows a lot of signs of spring and a lot of fun ideas for Easter. Maybe you and your siblings or parents can try to hide things around the house and pretend and try to find them for Easter if you don't have eggs or things like that to hide. Or maybe you can get together with your family and draw on some eggs or decorate. I'm going to send you pictures of eggs that you can color in, and then maybe you can take a picture of them and send them back to me with your beautiful decorations. I look forward to seeing them. And have a wonderful weekend and a happy Easter to all of you.